The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see, the Utah Utes taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Utes will kick it away to start us off. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Trojans offense will get the first swing of the game. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the scrimmage.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Trojans have their offense in high gear. Power football with the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Caught behind the line. It's Robinson. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. A 3rd and long coming up here. Off the play fake. Using the quick game. On the move at the 30. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. They can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A run for the quarterback. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So the Utah Utes offense will have its first possession of the game. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways and how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them, they'll throw screens, they'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. They're going to ride this running back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Working that left side. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wilson will throw. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the back. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Out of the gun, the give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Trapped in the backfield. It's Lane. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Handoff to the lone back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Swings it out to the flat. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. A designed run for the quarterback. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. From the red zone, looking for a space. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
USC.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Touchdown, Trojans! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
On the move from inside, and he coughs it up inside the 20. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Running back searching for a hole. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, we've been looking forward to this one all week. A fun start to things in L.A. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this game.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
Wilson to pass. And the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Utes will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Jordan. They'll move the chains after he gets into the 43-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll try the right side. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. It's complete. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Trojans are on the move. Handoff to the single running back. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's got it again. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. He's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
Offense getting set for first down. Takes the handoff. It's Peterson. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the third quarter. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Now they'll run it to the right here. Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16. And the Trojans have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wilson to pass. Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Bentley. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
The Utes moving quickly to the line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of.
Picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, USC! And the pummeling has started. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And the returner will be brought down. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play. Sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wide receiver shows motion. They're not afraid to let one fly from back here. He looks that one in nicely. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Utes will line up to punt it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
After that encroachment penalty, it's now 1st and 5. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Okay. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Let's go. Now the play fake. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Trojans. And the route is on. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
And a sack all the way back into 5.
The defense puts the exclamation point of the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you can tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Oh, that's going to be a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Get ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Quickly complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. They'll try the run. Open space at the 25. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense.
Headed to the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Next to score, USC.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner is stopped. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Well, it has been a brutal day for this offense. In fact, David, they have put the O into offense, as in 0.
So bad. I like what you did there. I mean, it's been terrible. Nothing's worked, Palmer, all day. You got a little bit of time here left. Maybe try to do something and try to get on the board.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, they might not win the game, guys, but I think if you're the coaching staff, you just want to see something positive happen here at the end that you can at least build on for the next time you take the field.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab over the middle. He makes the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. When you hit this point in the season, week 7, you sort of turn the corner and you remain unbeaten. At this point, you've morphed into a championship contender.
Yes, but you don't want to peek too far ahead, Reese. You kind of want to be like, nothing to see here, just move on. We haven't accomplished what we wanted yet. We haven't accomplished what we set out to do. It's week 7. I know you guys got bigger hopes and bigger dreams than just being to week 7 and being undefeated.
And guys, I've been really impressed with this team because they just seemed to always have an identity. From the very beginning of the year, they knew who they were, they knew what they were going to go out and try to accomplish and how they wanted to dominate teams. And they've been able to do that to this point. So, David, to your point, just keep getting better every single week moving ahead. And this team could be in the college football playoff discussion.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reed.